Hello, I'm going to do a quick video on applying for a Section 2 shotgun certificate, or otherwise known as a shotgun license. Just a quick disclaimer, I'm not a YouTuber. My experience has only been shooting this year, so this is only for what I'm going to tell you is only my experience. And I'd always advise doing some research and looking on your local police force website and obtaining the license to get a better understanding on what it involves. That being said, I have got some notes. So you might see my head do that sometimes to help me make a more clearer and understandable video. But let's get into it. So um, the process of applying for a shotgun certificate, often called an SGC or otherwise known as a shotgun license, is a legal requirement for anyone to own, to buy, or to use a shotgun in the UK. The process itself is pretty straightforward. There are a couple of key things that you must do prior, which I will talk through, but it does involve in seven important steps. So, what is a shotgun certificate? As I stated, is a license or certificate that you must have when buying, selling, and that includes buying ammunition as well. No store will let you buy any ammunition cartridges which are similar to like this. This is a used one. It's a 12 gauge. They won't let you buy the cartridges without that license. As I stated earlier, the best thing to do is to go onto your local police force website. Mine's Thames Valley. When I was applying, I started going through it and I realised I need to do certain things. One of it is to get a passport style photo. You will need two references, so I would inform those two references, people who have known you for a minimum of 2 years. On a personal side, you can obviously use work colleagues, etc., but you can't use anyone you may know within the police force because it's shown as a conflict of interest. You will need the fee, which I'll go through the fees a bit more again, just as a summary at the end. But the fee currently for Thames Valley is £194, and you will need your doctor's certificate. That's 60 quid. You can do that directly to your doctor. But there are also companies available online that you pay them their fee, normally anything 60 quid upwards, and they will do that process for you. When you are filling out your application, you will need to be 100% open and transparent on any previous convictions. That includes cautions and history a long time ago. I got convicted in 1993, a long time ago, for an offence. I still declared that because I know through experience that police can still see these records, despite if they're spent or not. Do declare them. It's just being open and transparent. It shows that you're not trying to hide anything. That medical form is also important. It lets the police force, the firearms inquiries officer, who you will see, understand that you are not that you're medically fit, that you've got no thoughts of self harm or harming others, or any conditions that may impair your safe using and holding of a shotgun certificate. Um, it, just as a little side note, prior to me getting a license or applying for my license, I went and done a clay pigeon shooting association safety course. It was good. You do some obviously some shooting, but it gives you just a good insight in safe handling of a shotgun, an understanding of how they work, some of the things you must be careful of, how to clean and maintain your shotgun, which is also important. And my firearms inquiries officer, when he come around for the interview, was very pleased to see that. So it's not mandatory, but it really does give you a helping hand in successfully obtaining your shotgun certificate. So once you've applied, you've paid your fees, you've uploaded your doctor's note, your photograph, your references. Obviously, tell the people who you're doing your reference that the reference will be coming their way. Sometimes a phone call, sometimes a letter. They may also check with your partner that you're happy, who lives with you, that they're happy for you to have a shotgun, how they feel about it. They're not coerced or forced in any way. The home visit itself. So once that's done, the police will email you or contact you some way to set up a home visit. Now, when they do come, it's always advisable to have your shotgun cabinet installed to a solid wall. That helps them sign off yours or decline your certificate. Sort of help them make an informed decision a bit earlier on, rather than having to come back and check that you have a safe installed. I had mine done. So part of that interview, they will come in, they will discuss the reasons for you wanting a a shotgun certificate. Mine is to go clay pigeon shooting. It's something I've started this year. I thoroughly enjoy it. And if you go with someone who has a license, obviously there's an additional fees available for that. And for me, it made no sense. I want to have my own gun. I want to be able to maintain it, look after it, and have the ability to go shooting when I want, and not be subservient to extra fees and to someone else's being available with a license or a certificate. They will review your medical history. They will discuss any criminal convictions you've declared, and also they may know if you've not declared any, they will bring that up. My firearms inquiries officer was very helpful, very polite, really knowledgeable, very understanding. It took about an hour and a half for me, but they can range anything from an hour, I guess, to 3 hours, depending on your individual case. As I said, the decision itself is not from the firearms inquiries officer. They will write a report. They will go back, and it's the local police force, the chief of police will for that area will make a decision, and then once issued, that certificate is then lasts for 5 years. For renewing, I've been advised to apply 6 months before. Obviously, I don't know, that's factual. It's just advice I got. It makes sense given the time it took to go through the process. Once you have your license, it's important that you store your gun securely and safely, and that whenever you are transporting it to and from a site to get it maintained, to take it to get it serviced, whatever it may be, you have legitimate reason to do so, and you have your certificate with you. Again, you cannot buy ammunition or a gun without your certificate. If you do buy when you do buy a gun or you transfer a gun, you then have 7 days to inform your local police force that you have done so. I do it via email, and I keep a separate folder just for transparency, and if I'm ever asked of my evidence for informing the police that I've bought a gun or transferred a gun, it's easily obtainable for me. That includes your certificate number, the date of transfer, the gun type, including if it's over, under, side by side, whatever it may be, and the serial number. It all has to be documented. I've created my own little template now that I use. I'm sure there'll be plenty on the internet that you can find. And that is really about it. The process itself is just to make sure that you are a suitable person to own a shotgun and you understand your responsibility in doing so. Clay pigeon for me is a really fun sport. You can go out on your own, you can go in groups of people, and you can measure your progress. So for me, it's a great sport. It gets you out and about in the fresh air. And yeah, I hope that helps. I'll give a little breakdown just very quickly on the cost. So I paid 60 quid for medical report. Is 194 quid for the application. Passport photo, that's a couple of quid. The gun safe itself was 70 quid. I bought it second hand. You don't obviously have to buy brand new. You can see some on Amazon, quite cheap. Eventually I will get a better one. It has to be secure to wall, so there's a few fees involved there. And the gun itself, you can buy anything from like £300 to like 10 grand upwards. My first gun was just over £1,000. It's one that I really like the look of. It fit really well. So yeah, there's your fees. That's the process involved. I hope that's helped. Any questions, do pop them in below and I'll try and answer them. Hope that helps. Have a good one.